I'll be good. How you?
All right, man. It's a good day today, man.
Outstanding day.
You know, we have to accept the days where they are, especially the weather, because we have no control over it.
Well, every day that we get up and our feet hit the floor, it's a good day.
Yeah, it's a good day.
It's a good day.
And then to be productive.
That's interesting. I look at my day as being productive when I've been of service to my fellow man.
Well, that's being productive.
That's right. So,
Yeah. My dad used to say, you know, every day you need to do something.
that's right.
Yeah, you need to do something. You don't need to let a day go by where you sleep all day and don't get nothing done.
Well, sometimes you need a day where you just chill and relax.
Well, that's true.
To let the body,
Well, he was
rejuvenate.
He was old school. You do that on Sunday. Any other time, you better be out there cutting some hay. You better be cutting some hay out there.
I understand.
Yeah,
I
you
understand.
know what I mean. He said, "Don't let him come to a sleeper, but a dreamer."
Okay.
So you dream on Sunday, but first you get up and go to church.
All right.
Yeah,
I understand.
That's what's up, man. You know, today it is a good day because we have a chance to talk about our good friend, Pastor Dr. Reverend Wallace Hartsfield,
All right.
and who was a very productive guy. You know,
Extremely productive.
and and very genuine. We've had a series of interviews this week, and one thing that I came out of all the interviews with was he was pretty genuine. You know, what you saw is what you got.
Absolutely. I'm in full agreement with that.
Yeah, and so what I want to hear from you, Don Lee, is your experiences with Reverend Hartsfield and some highlights of your experience with him. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, I knew of Reverend Hartsfield before I actually had a chance to meet him,
Mm-hmm.
and I will say I started to develop what we would call a meaningful relationship with him when I became an urban core development with the Community Development Corporation of Kansas City. He was on the board of directors. And from that, I'll just say our relationship just continued to grow from there.
Right.
And every sermon that I heard Pastor Hartsfield deliver, or speech, it always touched me.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, he just was magnificent in his ability to do that. I grew to understand that Reverend Hartsfield was extremely wise, and based on that wisdom, when I sort of made in my mind the decision to leave the Community Development Corporation and explore other employment opportunities, I went and had a conversation with Pastor Hartsfield. He was very uplifting, enlightening, and based on the conversation, when we finished, he says, it appears that you're ready to do something different, so you gotta go do something different. Mm-hmm. And so forth. So those words of encouragement for me to go and do something different were clearly there. Mm-hmm. But I also remember him in terms of, as you deal with life issues, you process and feel like you come up with the decision that you want to make in terms of the direction you want to go. So I said, let me sort of validate this decision that I've come up with, and let me visit with Pastor Hartsfield. And so went and sat down with Pastor Hartsfield, and he was 180 degrees opposite of what I thought I should do. I said, and I listened to him, and I'm saying, my goodness, he didn't rubber stamp what I wanted to do. He told me the process I should be engaged in, and it caused me to go back, rethink, and after I evaluated what he shared with me, I said, you know what, I do need to change the direction I'm going. I need to and go that way, and I was so appreciative of that, okay? But one of the things that I do remember from him was that in several of his presentations, he used the phrase from the Bible where Jesus basically said, you know what, I want the folks here on earth to have life more abundantly. And when he shared that phrase with us, he shared it in the backdrop of he was dating a young lady in college who was an English major, and he shared this phrase with her, and she said, that's redundancy, abundant is already more. To say more abundantly, you're being very redundant. And Pastor said he thought about that. And he said, you know what? God is going to provide us with blessings more abundantly. And just imagine that. That means you're going to have blessings, 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 and they're never going to run out because they're more abundantly. So more, 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 more. And what better way to serve a God that gives you things more abundantly? I want you to know that has stuck with me a long time, and I guess it has allowed me to strengthen my faith on this Christian journey that I'm on, to know that God wants us to experience life more abundantly.
Right.
So
that's good stuff.
Yeah, hey, very good stuff.
Yeah.
Very good stuff. And another scenario was Pastor Hartsfield taught me the definition of the word soon.
Okay.
And I'm always working on the definition of soon. If someone says I'm going to take care of something soon, then it's going to happen in a couple of days. Not long, at the most a week, and so forth. So we were involved in a little business transaction with Reverend Hartsfield. He agreed to pay us $10 to buy some property from us. $10, okay. Mm-hmm. And so after we signed all the papers and everything, I said, so Pastor Hartsfield, when do we get the $10? He said, you're going to get it soon, Brother Lee. Relax. I said, okay. So month goes by, no $10. Bump into Pastor Hartsfield, said, Pastor Hartsfield, I'm still waiting on that $10. He said, Brother Lee, relax. You're going to get it soon. Just relax. It's coming. So 6 months later, I still don't have my $10.
Right.
So I said, Pastor Hartsfield, I just want to know if you can give me an idea of when I'm going to get this $10. He said, you're going to get it soon, Brother Lee. I said, but maybe you and I have a different definition of soon. He said, well, let me give you the biblical definition of soon. God is coming soon. You know what that means, right?
Right.
I said, yeah. He said, so you're going to get your $10 soon. Relax. So I understand that, it's coming, and when he comes, everything's going to be all right.
Right.
So just relax.
Right.
So I have, that soon has taught me patience. I have now become a much more patient individual by internalizing the definition of soon.
Soon, yeah.
So, it's
soon and very soon.
Soon and very soon. So, and I could go on. And one of the things that I appreciate, it seemed like every time that I needed to have a conversation with Pastor Hartsfield, his door was open. I could come in and talk to him.
Right.
And I'm saying, I'm not the only one that he's doing this for.
Right.
How can he do this for everybody?
Right.
I'm just amazed at how he could do this for everyone and treat everyone individually. And the essence is, when you had that conversation with him, it was always confidential. You didn't have to ever worry about what you share with him coming back.
Yeah.
And so, hey, I
think Miss Harvey played a great role in being secretary of Metropolitan Baptist Church.
Oh, absolutely.
Because she was I was up there a lot, and she was a soon person. Ever seen Pastor B in a minute? He'll be here soon. And they were a good team.
Yeah. Well, when you say that, I remember that. Pastor Hartsfield will be here soon, so I'm thinking he's in his office, right?
No,
he'll be here soon.
Yeah.
He's going to come and get you soon.
Yeah.
And then, okay, I'm there 30 minutes. Now, remember, he's coming soon. And then 15 minutes later, he comes walking through the door.
Yeah.
And I thought he was in his office meeting with
right. Because it took me a while to figure out he had a couple of different ways that he could get up to that office.
Well, hey, I didn't ever figure that out. I just always sat up front.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, it's the guy. He was a very remarkable individual, and he cared about people. And I think a good way to describe him is service above self.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and
absolutely.
And I look at him on an interview that we did here with What's Up Kansas City. He said it just takes one.
Okay.
To make change.
Well, you know, I have the privilege, honor, and pleasure that Pastor Hartsfield and I are members of the same fraternity, Alpha Phi Fraternity Incorporated. And our motto, he lived our motto. And our motto is, first of all, servants of all, we shall transcend all. I mean, he's the epitome of that, okay? That's what he does to his fellow man, okay? And so forth. And I'm just fortunate that I had the opportunity to interface with him and get some of his wisdom so that I could make appropriate decisions.
Soon. Well, we're gonna wrap this up.
Okay.
Why don't you give us a closing comment about a tribute and the legacy of Reverend Hartsfield, since he was your frat brother. So give it to the people.
A legacy for Pastor Hartsfield. You know, I think when I think of the legacy is that he was an individual who was approachable, even though he, in often cases, appeared to be bigger than life. He was an individual that you could go and talk to you, and he would talk to you and cause you to feel good after that conversation, even though he didn't necessarily say what you wanted him to say. So the wisdom that he was able to impart, well, I shouldn't say wisdom, let me just say the very straightforward advice that he was able to give me, okay, because you know, I think people who have wisdom give great advice. You have to, as an individual, learn wisdom, so I didn't want to say he passed wisdom on to me, but the advice that he gave me was just always good, on point, and it allowed me to make what I call better decisions, and always felt good every time I left his office. And you know, you can't say that about a lot of folks. Every time you leave your office, their office, you feel good. And he was just, hey, I'm gonna make you feel good person. That's how I would say it.
Well, we appreciate you coming by, and I'm sure the family will appreciate you giving a tribute to their father, Pastor Reverend Dr. Wallace Hartsfield.
Well, I'm humbled that I've been asked to participate in this tribute because he clearly was a man that deserves tribute and so forth. So,
Right.
Glad to participate.
Right, and then we got Carlos Nelson here today, who's the skipper on deck. He's keeping us straight.
All right.
And I would encourage you to tell people about your experience here, and encourage people to visit What's Up Kansas City and Cascade.
All right.
Media.
Will do.
It's a great platform for our community, because what we're doing today is all on our dime, but we feel it to be important that we document information about our leaders in our community. And never, Reverend Hartsfield never turned down an interview at What's Up Kansas City.
Fantastic.
He's one of the few people he never, ever.
And I'm not surprised at that. That was his nature. If he could do anything to help his fellow man, he did it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay?
And I was thinking this morning, Don, that he saw something in this platform that other people hadn't seen. You know, because he always, you know, there's something different about a guy who says, who's always willing to, with a platform like this is new, and a lot of people don't understand exactly what it is until they have the experience. But he's an older guy, and he was willing to take the chance for the experience.
But it's not that. That just shows you his ability to see the vision. It doesn't take him long to see the vision.
Right.
And he can sum up a situation and know that the vision is there.
Right.
And based on that vision, he's going to support you.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, we
So-
supported this
All right,
platform
so-
here, and we really appreciate that. Don, have a wonderful day.
I shall.
Do a good job tomorrow on your fraternity's tribute to Reverend Hartsfield.
We shall.
And don't embarrass me around my good Christian friends tomorrow, okay? Do a good job.
No one shall be embarrassed, okay? All right.
All right, thank you.